Welcome to TIA Now. I'm Lamore Schaffman, Director of Content Development, and joining me is John Jackson, Research Vice President for Mobile Connected Platforms at the analyst firm IDC. John, great to have you here.
Thank you very much, Lamore. Good to be here.
So this year, IDC is partnering with TIA to create the TIA Network of the Future Connectivity Jam. IDC is going to be moderating 3 topic streams. Can you tell us a little bit, John, about what those streams are focused on and how is the format of the discussion different than what you may expect from an industry event?
So the 3 streams, as you indicated, are as follows. The first one is about transforming infrastructure, and that's the stream that I'll be leading. The second one will be led by my colleague Hassan Abdo, and that's essentially about how to run that infrastructure, right? So operating next-gen networks is the title of the next stream. And then finally, my colleague Carrie McGillivray is going to be overseeing the Connecting the Internet of Things stream. And as for the format, I think the title tells you a little bit about what we're trying to achieve in terms of something a little bit different. So it's a jam, right? So, the idea is that like-minded industry participants are going to come together for an exchange of views, and we're really going to try and produce something a little bit different in terms of an experience as well as usable output for this format. So I'm looking forward to it. I think there's it's innovative in its own right as kind of a conference format. So I do think that we have an opportunity to kind of change the game here in terms of how people experience these things, but also the benefit that gets derived for not just the participants, but the broader industry.
So what are the biggest challenges that you see facing our industry, and what are the most important topics to cover?
The default answer to that almost has to be security and security and security. So I expect fully that that's always top of mind. So let's tick that box, and that will be a pervasive and recurring theme across the 3 streams. But beyond that, if you think about the 3 streams, and the interrelationship between these things, right? So where are networks going? Where's the network architecture? Hardware, software, even services. Where is that going? How are we going to operate that? And if you think about the Internet of Things, the exhaustiveness of what we are trying to achieve as we evolve our networks and how they're run is extraordinarily ambitious. So, I think there are tremendous challenges from a standards body organization. We have a window of opportunity to get this right. Right? And the things that need to be orchestrated and put into place to make sure that the standards are there, the means are there, the equipment performance is where it needs to be for the industry to achieve all of these scenarios that we're talking about, and these are extremely, extremely varied scenarios. So I think that just puts the challenge for standards bodies and industry organizations right up front. And then again, for operators, what we're hearing is, what are the business cases, right? So for network operators as well as equipment providers as well. So where is the investment going to be driven from? What are the business cases that drive this set of investments that we're talking about behind all the use cases and scenarios that we talk about when we think about the network evolution?
So I know that part of what's going to be resulting is these outcomes reports. How does the information that you're going to elicit during the jam build your report of the current state of the industry as well as what to expect in the future?
So the information that we hope to elicit during the jam is going to, the intention is for this to be specific, right? So it's going to be a jam. Jams are fun, so it's fun to come and have these conversations. But we, as moderators, have been tasked by you, the TIA, to really try to drive this toward a set and really as comprehensive a set as we can get of tangible, practical, actionable, and practicable results, right? So we're going to record those. We have the 3 analysts from IDC that are going to come, but we also have a number of other IDCers that are going to be there acting in the capacity of scribes, if you like. And we're going to have reports that we do that sum up the day, and we'll feed those and read those back and discuss those at the end of the day. But then we're going to have this outcomes report that you referenced. And the outcomes report is intended to be a living document. So we intend to produce something that the participants can take back to their stakeholders, their own internal customers, and say, look, here are some steps. Here are some steps that we recognize, or we can recognize that we need to take, and hopefully turn that into practice and policy, and hopefully best practice.
So it sounds like those actionable steps will be both for the corporations themselves, for the industry as a whole, perhaps for some of the individuals that are going to be attending. Is that something that you anticipate coming out of the report?
Yeah, so actionable steps will go in a number of different directions. So certainly we're going to aim these at industry and specific participants within the industry. So we're also going to aim it right back at you, the TIA, and other standards bodies, right? We want to know what needs to be true for these outcomes to be produced, for progress to be made. We want to get very, very specific. So, what has to be done, and whose responsibility is it? Who needs to kind of take the lead for whatever the initiative has to be. So we want to be able to draw those lines.
And who do you think would best profit from attending the Jam, and why should they and attendees feel that the Jam and these discussions are worth engaging in?
Well, I don't know that this is going to be a bad thing for anybody to attend. Of course, it's in my interest and in our interest to kind of promote this. But if you attend this, you have an opportunity to contribute directly. Your company has an opportunity to contribute directly to something that is going to produce a set of tangible results that are going to move the industry forward. So this is good for certainly you as an individual or a professional, but it's good for your company. It's good for your industry. We can advance on a number of fronts, right? So I see broad benefits accruing to anybody who decides to attend, and I hope that anybody who's watching this makes that decision. And we look forward to seeing you there.
Thank you, John, and I look forward to seeing you at the Jam.
All right, see you there.
And thank you to our audience for joining us. You can register today for the TIA Network of the Future Connectivity Jam taking place June 5th through 7th in Dallas by going to tiaconnectivityjam.org. See you there.